Hey there, friends. Is anybody looking for a car? Is anyone in the search for the perfect car? Well, I'll tell you a little story. This is a pretty good manifestation story and that I have to share. I just have to share. And I didn't share with you guys that I got a new car. I call it the spaceship. It's silver. It's like basically like your iPhone comes up like the screen of your homepage up on the car. It talks to you. You don't have to, it's like totally hands-free. I feel like I am in the Jetsons. Did anybody watch the Jetsons? Jane, his wife. Let's keep this short and moving. So, are you looking for a car? Because I got a guy. You need a guy? I got a guy. So my friend, he's a Facebook friend, but only because he's helped me before in the past. Do you guys remember when I used to drive around in that yellow Beetle? And that yellow Beetle was a reminder of my past life. And once I was sober for a year, I think it was, let's see, did I have the car a year? I was determined, and I also had been studying spirituality and manifestation. So by the end of that year, I decided that I absolutely, come January 1st, I had to get rid of that car. A new car was coming into my future. I had no idea, and I was going to all these car places, and they were like, nope, can't do it. The value, we can't do it with, cause I've been really working on not so much making money, but making myself a better person, especially coming from addiction and really, the lowest. So here's what happened, is that I get a phone call after a place that said no, and I was excited about that place. I was disappointed, but I get a call from like the sales manager at Prestige Auto in Turnersville. So go there, see Justin, and tell them Karen sent you. But I'm gonna give you more of the story. Okay, so basically, then I go there, and they're telling me, because it's a Volkswagen, I had a Volkswagen, their Volkswagen, so they were basically telling me, yeah, we can do this. It wasn't the Volkswagen Beetle that reminded me of my past, my ex-boyfriend who like left, and it just was like this total broke my heart. Oh my God, humble me, man. I was humbled, but that humility I needed, because you see, as an alcoholic, it's all about us. We're like, our egos are like this big. It's just like all about us, and we don't give a crap about anyone else too much. I mean, not too much. And then as we get sober, we realize that we are basically assholes, right? I apologize to anybody who I was an asshole to, because most of the time I was always under the influence of some type of drink, pretty much. And so if I was a loud, obnoxious, selfish person, I'm so sorry. And if there's anything that I can do for you today, I am here for you. Because today, I am able to forgive myself and also just be there for others. A strong, yeah, I'm strong, but mentally, heart is strong and body strong. Back to my story. The next day, it was like snowing. My son and I, we did all the paperwork. That's what it was. We had to do all the paperwork. We rolled out of there on, I think it was December 30th. I had just made it. Just got that new car. And Justin Barner, Prestige Auto in Turnersville, New Jersey, hooked me up. So, if you need a car, okay, and my car, by the way, is an awesome car. And the story gets even more exciting. Let me say exciting. So years later, I didn't love that car, and things were breaking. The coil, the heat coil, it it just wasn't ever really me. I would always say, oh, thanks. People be like, I like your car. I'd be like, oh, thanks. It's just not really me. It's just like the most normal car I've ever had in my whole life. Not that I care, because a car is just a vehicle to get from point A to point B. It's really not a big deal. But it just never excited me, right? It was a Volkswagen Jetta, red. Not a color I'd really pick. It wasn't like a bright red. It was like that kind of mellow red. Anyway, I mean, I'm grateful I had a car. Grateful for I was able to do everything that I did. I just never was like super loving it. Long story short is after the summer, when my summer job ended, I tried to smash in all these appointments and get things fixed to prepare myself for whatever was coming into my life, something new and exciting coming into my life. And so I called the car place, there was a recall that I needed to get done, and the heat coil was starting to get cold out, so I wanted to get that fixed for the second time. It's just, I don't want to say it was a bad experience. It's just like, I don't love waiting at the car dealer. Anyway, I'm not saying the car is bad. I'm just saying I was just complaining about having to do everything, all this spent a lot of time there. With COVID, they weren't offering me a loaner car. Anyway, let's cut that out. So moving forward. Less than 10 minutes, here we go. 4 minutes. Okay, so here we go. So the repair department, parts department, she was like, well, it sounds like, maybe, do you want to talk to a salesperson? Because I asked for my guy. Because I thought I was in a lease I thought my lease was up. I thought it was like 3 years. It was 4 years. I still had 1 more year. I was like, ah! But anyway, Justin wasn't there that day, and I was transferred to the sales manager. I don't even remember her name, but she was amazing, because this is how cool things really took place, the manifestation of awesomeness. Remember, go to see Justin. Let him know that I sent you, because what happened next is she started saying, well, it doesn't really sound like you like that car too much, or you're not happy. Maybe we can get you in a new one. I was like, well, I mean, I don't know if you can get me in a new one. I mean, sure, I'll take a new one. Yeah, absolutely. And to long story short is then Justin reached out to me. We were talking, we set up an appointment. He's like, oh, I hear you're looking for a new car. And I was like, well, not really, but I mean, I don't know, maybe. So long story short, for like the same price that I was leasing, they could kind of put me into a new one. And I was like, oh, I'll check it out. Why not? Be open. I'm not gonna complain. A new car? Yeah. One that might be silver and awesome, a Tiguan, kind of more my speed, all-wheel drive, more like what I needed. I was also supposed to be starting another job too, but I didn't take that job because I didn't feel that in my gut. Didn't feel right. So, long story short, I talk to Justin, I drive the car, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like it. But I want it in silver, so I had to wait for it to come in. So anyway, long story short, I got this new car, and I called it the spaceship, and it's amazing, and I love it. I love this car. I mean, I've never loved a car before like this in my life, but it's just like, I feel like I'm like, an alien in my spaceship. So, my ex-husband his car died a week ago today, on his birthday. And he went to the Jeep thing, and I said, you should go see Justin. So I contact Justin. I'm like, Justin, are you at work today? And he's like, yeah. And I talked to him on the phone, and he's like, send him over. I'm like, okay. So I send Nick King over to the Volkswagen Prestige in Turnersville to Justin. Karen sent you. And he ends up getting the same car, Tiguan, SUV, spaceship, but his is in white because that's what was on the lot, and he needed a car right there. Now it turns out, because I sent him, I also get $100. So for referring Nick Kane, my ex-husband, I get $100. I didn't expect this check today. However, I'll be honest with you guys, it was a great day. I got $10 cash from selling something on Marketplace because honestly right now I'm not working. I'm really, really pushing through to build my business and just give out of my heart, live out of my passion, help others because you know what? I needed somebody like me to take my hand and shake me up and flip me upside 180. I needed me 5 years ago. Where was Karen to Karen, my higher self Karen to Karen? Well, I was there through other people in my life, but they didn't have the same experience that I had. So today, praying to God, it's not about money, because I'm abundance in my heart. I'm abundance with love. I'm abundance with giving. I am abundant. I am full of abundance. However, I'm also manifesting working for myself, doing what I love to do, sharing my passions, helping others. And so, I prayed this morning a lot. I got down on my knees, I cried. I know I am living in full faith because God is within her. You, they, we will not fail. We will not fail. I went down to church, prayed in the grass in front of their beautiful sculptures. So a couple things happened when I got home after dropping my son somewhere and talking to my best friend who supports me, guides me. I got a check in the mail, which wasn't expected yet. I sold something on Marketplace, and I'm also receiving some assistance with my gas and electric. I'm a single mom, and my why is my son, and I will live my life to its fullest because I want to show him that you can do that, and you don't have to waste most of your life living it for others. Do shit you love? Actually, you can. Thanks for watching. Remember, who you gonna see? Who you gonna call? You need a car? I got a guy. Justin Barner, Volkswagen Prestige Auto in Turnersville. Who sent you? Karen Kane.